What comes to your mind when you hear the word Iran or Iranians? We all have stereotypical images in our minds about any country and its people, which is for the most part based on what we see and hear in the media. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 myths you might have heard about Iran. Good evening everyone and welcome. My name is Narges and here in this channel I talk about Iran, Persian language and myself as an Iranian. So if you're interested in any of those, please subscribe and tap the bell icon to watch my future videos as well. So without further ado, let's get to my list of 5 myths about Iran. 1. All Iranians have brown or black eyes. As I've mentioned a gazillion times on this channel, I used to work at a hotel where I would meet people from around the world, which was an opportunity I really appreciated. And I was asked this question all the time. Are you Iranian? Of course. Why? But you have green eyes. Guys, Iran has a population of around 85 million people with different ethnicities. I admit that blue eyes are really rare over here, and I myself have seen probably 4 Iranian people with blue eyes in my life, but we do have a good number of people with gray or green eyes, especially among those who have nomadic origins like myself. 2. All Iranians are Muslims or religious. The dominant religion in the country is Shia or Shiite Islam, but there are also believers of other religions such as Judaism, Christianity, Zoroastrianism, and Baha'i faith or Baha'ism, and also a good number of agnostics and atheists who can't declare so without having to face serious consequences. And within the group that do identify themselves as Muslims, not everyone is devout and many are actually barely practicing. To read more about different religions in Iran, check out the link in the description box down below. 3. Iranians are the friendliest people in the world. In my previous job, as I said, I would hear this quite often, but mostly from white people. And because I try to be as honest as possible on this channel, yes, us Iranians are obsessed with the West and its people, especially if they're white. Even the most fundamentalist so-called anti-West Iranian people look at white people with an explicit admiration in their eyes. But this isn't necessarily the case with people from other parts of the world. Even the word that we use to describe them is different. The Persian word khareji, which means foreigner, is rather a compliment and actually translates a white tourist whom I love. And to describe other non-Iranians, we say, for example, an Arab, a Chinese, a Pakistani, and so on. Sorry, but I want to be honest and hate to cherry-pick only the nice bits about my country and its people. 4. Iranians are Arabs or speak Arabic. It absolutely makes our blood boil to hear this, guys. Even though there are some Arab Iranians in some of our southern provinces, generally speaking, Iran is not an Arab country. 5. Iranians hate America or Americans. I'm sure many of you have watched Iranian demonstrations where people chant "Down with the US" or "Death to America" and some other countries as well, and set fire to American flags. Well, not all of us agree with them, of course, and most of us Iranians are of the opinion that the United States or any other country is an entire nation with both good people and bad people, just like our own country. Actually, there are lots of such fanatical fundamentalists among my relatives. Once I saw my cousin wearing socks with the American flags underneath. And I said, America means millions of people. How could you do that and wish death upon them? She said, Well, no, when we say death to America, I don't mean the people, we just mean the government. Then I said, so it must be okay if Americans or some other people chant death to Iran if they mean only our government, right? To which she replied, of course not, because our regime represents God on earth. And I thought, how didn't I see that coming? Learning about any country, what is attributed to it and why, could help us fight our implicit biases, prejudices, and hatred. We could connect with more hearts and the world would be a better place. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and see you in my next video.